Well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Corps of Cadets, distinguished guests, to the 123rd commencement exercise at Missouri Military Academy. We have some wonderful and special guests this morning that I'd like to introduce. Behind me on the stage, our commencement speaker and good friend of mine, Major General Kevin Kuklok, United States Marine Corps, retired. Kevin, welcome. Mr. Strib Koster is with us today, Chairman of the Board of Trustees. Strib. Other board members in attendance, Mr. Charles Stribling III, class of 44. His wife Winnie is here. Miss Ann Antonou and her husband Thomas are here. Ann, thank you. And Mrs. Helen Fenlon from Mexico is here, also a board member, and her husband Bob. And Mr. Thomas Bridge, another board member, is here. Thomas? We have one other special guest I'd like to recognize. Mr. Tony Mcgeorge is with us today. Tony will be taking over as president starting in July. Welcome, Tony. Once again, I'm honored to be addressing the future leaders of this great country and our leaders of tomorrow. You have so much to look forward to, so much excitement awaits you in your lives, so many adventures. You're graduating from a great school with a great tradition and great history over 120 years. The values you learned here will guide you well for many years to come. The main difference in your lives is that after today, you must make your own decisions, ethical decisions about right and wrong. And your decisions will define your character. Your values will be tested every day, graduating class. You'll almost always know what is right. The hard part is actually doing what is right. But understand this. How you decide the critical decisions, the moral questions, will be the measure of your character forever. When I look out at this class of 2012, I see so much talent. You have a bright future, and the world will be a better place because of you. All of us on the staff are proud of the Academy's small part we played in your education. I challenge you to follow your passions. Do what is right, but follow your dreams. Life is full of adventures. The next phase in your life is set. You're all off to college. But what will make this next chapter so important is up to you. Missouri Military Academy has prepared you well what for lies ahead. We've given you the tools. All you need is the will and the perseverance. As I said last year, but I believe this is sage advice worth repeating. And this is from the former president of Indiana University and Stanford, David Starr Jordan. And he said, "The world stands aside to let anyone pass who knows where they're going." Be that person who knows. My next adventure begins this year as well. I'll be retiring next month and opening a new chapter in my life. Before I head back east, I'm going to retrace the Lewis and Clark Trail from Fort Du Bois, Illinois, to the mouth of the Columbia River in Oregon. It won't be the same adventure that Meriwether Lewis and William Clark undertook in the Corps of Discovery expedition, but I'm hoping it will give me another perspective on this great country of ours. Like you, graduates, I have many more miles to cover and many more adventures ahead. Over the past few months, I've been asked many times what has been my most important accomplishment during my tour at MMA. Of the many things that we've done, the answer still is easy. My greatest achievements were not building new facilities, buying new properties. They're not opening new classrooms. purchasing new vehicles. They are not things at all. My greatest achievements all have a first name and a last name. They are the young boys who came to MMA to find themselves and to find success. Sometimes they needed a little help. Some came here with few successes in their life. Some came well accomplished, but most needed a little something to make it. Several would not have made it without our help. I will be forever proud of the many MMA graduates who recently completed college, who are matriculating today, and knowing that we took a chance on them and that they will succeed. I believe I've made a difference in their lives. I hope that will be my legacy, because that lasts forever. God bless all of you. Best of luck in the future. Semper Fidelis, and keep charging. Well, it is my pleasure to introduce our commencement speaker today, who is a good friend of mine and fellow Marine. His biography is listed in your program. I would ask that you read it, and I will not repeat it for you. But he has a very interesting career, both in the Marine Corps and in the business world. I'd like to give you a couple of highlights, perhaps. He is currently serving in the Explosives Ordnance Disposal Technology Corporation as the Ethics and Compliance Officer and living in Knoxville, Tennessee. He has a bachelor's degree in chemical engineering from the University of North Dakota, and he has a master in business administration in finance from the United States International University. Prior to this position, he served in Iraq for a few years, where he was the operations deputy chairman for EODT. He also serves on the Standards Committee and the International Stability Operations Association. He served on the Marine Corps Scholarship Foundation Board, and he was a former chairman, Private Security Companies Associations of Iraq. He is the recipient of several awards and recognitions, including the City of Santa Fe Springs, California Chamber League Distinguished Business Citizen of the Year Award, the Chamber League Board of Directors. He was the chairman of the committee. He served on the Youth Education, Safety, and Security, also at the Chamber. Boy Scouts of America Rio Hondo District Chairman of the Board, Boy Scouts of America Finance Chair, Membership Chair, and Treasurer. He was also Outstanding Person of the Year from the Boy Scout Council. Ladies and gentlemen, Major General Kevin Kuklok, gentleman, scholar, Marine.
Good morning. I was checking because I'm on Eastern time. Good morning, graduates, students, families, teachers, and supporters. It is a great pleasure and honor to be here in Mexico today sharing the great accomplishment that each of you has made. I am proud to be part of this recognition of your recent accomplishments, your long-term future successes, and the positive impact that you will have on family, country, and mankind. In the classical sense, the proper recognition are from your peers, the valedictory and the salutatory. The valedictory is a farewell to the graduates and to Missouri Military Academy as you enter the next phase of your lives. In Latin, vale dicere is to say goodbye. As one door closes, another one more challenging, more exciting opens. The salutatory is a salute or an invocation or benediction to all you've accomplished at your time, during your time here. This salute reflects the growth, the thankfulness for your time here, as is the valedictory, is directed to your outlook for the future. As you already know, but may not fully realize, you did not just end up here on this beautiful May morning. You've had a lot of assistance to get you to this important milestone. You've had extensive degrees of family support, financial support, support from your teachers, and support from your mates through the past few years. Throughout your early life, your parents and others have made important choices to assist you in selecting a successful path to the future. As you may know, your parents had already paid for your secondary education through their taxes. However, for a wide variety of reasons, they wanted something more for you. They wanted something to improve your life and something to improve your ultimate contribution to a better world. You've also had the privilege and the good fortune to live the past few years in an atmosphere, an incubator, so to speak, that was designed to and operates continually on delivering and inculcating values. These values are easy to read about, talk about, but they're much more difficult to live. The leadership you have observed, studied, and practiced here at Missouri Military Academy has been instrumental in developing you into the great citizens you have already become and will continue to be in the future. However, the main reason you are here today is because of choices you have made, choices you may not even realize you made, that have placed you and your fellow graduates well on the road to success. Besides the obvious choices of preparing yourself for additional education, mostly at the very competitive and costly college and university level, you have entered adulthood with advantages many of your peers will never have because of poor choices they have made while you were here at Missouri Military Academy making excellent decisions. The Brookings Institute, a famous United States think tank, in 2009 determined that if young Americans did 3 things, they could avoid poverty. Just 3 simple things. They are work, graduate from high school, and be married before you have children. According to the Brookings Institute, doing these 3 things will result in a 98% probability that you will not end up in poverty. Not only that, but making these 3 choices wisely will also result in your future family's income of 77% above the national income average. Make a poor choice in 1 or more of these and you run the long-term risk of lack of self-fulfillment. The choices you've made already, to date, have already placed you on the road to success. I've had the wonderful opportunity to review the future plans of the graduates here today. All are planning on additional education beyond Missouri Military Academy, and I'm sure we are all aware of the financial opportunities a post-secondary education gives and how they enhance not only that, but your future career satisfaction and your ability to pursue and achieve the American dream or the dream of your country. The U.S. Census Bureau states workers 18 years and older gaining a bachelor's degree earn an average of around $51,000 a year, while those with a high school diploma will earn about $28,000. The college degree equates to approximate doubling your future income. Even more significantly, an advanced degree average workers make around $75,000 a year compared to those without a high school education who will average around $19,000 a year. That's a 4 times increase. One other factor, while the current unemployment rate in the United States is currently slightly more than 8%, U.S. college graduates right now, the employment rate is around 4%. And 4% is the long-term overall United States unemployment rate over the past 50 years. Now, having said that, I have a big however. Do not make the error of confusing financial success with life success. Success is measured in self-worth and your contribution to the improvement of society. Sooner or later in life, you will come to the realization that material things and money do not equate success. Additionally, you will also recognize there's a trade-off between time and money. And in the long term, in the long run, time is what's really important. I have something a little different for you to consider in this regard. It's a fairly simple concept that I've stumbled on and observed through the years, which I believe is a recipe for success. It also will be one of the most important decisions that you will be making in the next few years. In fact, if recent history with respect to employment trends continues, that is several careers inside one career, this may be a choice that will be made more than once in your life. I call it the 24-hour rule. Simply stated, it goes like this. There are 24 hours in a day, no more, no less. Most people require approximately 8 hours a day of sleep, more or less. We all have family and personal needs, everything from brushing our teeth, bathing, eating, taking care of our mom, our dad, our immediate family, and other social requirements because we're humans. These will take approximately another 8 hours a day, plus or minus. There are choices that can be made within this 8-hour segment that will improve your self-worth and your contribution to society, but realizing that many of these other choices are beyond your control. This is why it is so important to continue to make good choices as you have in the past. The last 8 hours is for us to work and earn a living. And in some cases, this is the only choice that people will have with respect to using their time wisely and living a full life. This is the final choice that will define your success, not in terms of money, prestige, or status, or the like. This will be your own true definition of success, and that is living a full, meaningful, and rewarding life. This is the choice that will determine your long-term happiness and true success. Your ultimate success will depend on how you choose your life's work and how you optimize those few precious hours that you have within that personal and family needs. How do you go about optimizing those few hours available to you to ensure success? There are no formulas. There are no hard rules. There is the golden rule that is either a direct guide or an implied guide in all of the world's great religions, both formal and informal. That is, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Another way to make these choices is to optimize those free hours of that 8-hour personal and family needs and devote each part of your day to physical activity, emotional improvement, mental acuity to include your professional development, and moral well-being. Physical. These can be as simple as working out in the gym, working on your car, building a Habitat for Humanity home. A long list. It's your list. Emotional. You can participate in Boy Scouts, Meals on Wheels. Again, this is your list. The options are endless. Professional development, the personal improvement, reading, education, whatever adds value to your life and the value of the lives of the ones around you. Moral well-being. Is any examples for emotional well-being? Any activity that develops an ethical and moral foundation with a social conscience in order to successfully meet the challenges of a global society. When I was completing these comments for today's special event, I went back to the Missouri Military Academy website to refresh my memory and was pleased to see that many of the comments that I believe are so critical to your future success have already been a part of the mission, vision, and core values here at the Academy. You have heard some or all of these recommendations before. They are spelled out in much better detail than I have outlined them here today in the guiding principles by which the Missouri Military Academy accomplishes its mission and vision. They are moral behavior, critical thinking, safe and high-quality environment, professional faculty staff, citizenship, health, and wellness. There are no surprises here. Your success in the future will strongly parallel your success here at Missouri Military Academy. You have made good choices based on the principles you have learned here. As you move forward in your lives, you will find that these basics will serve you well in the future. Make good choices and reap the rewards of those choices. So today, as you say Ave, Adke, Vale, hail and farewell to Missouri Military Academy, consider your own personal tradition of making excellent choices. This will continue to ensure future successful chapters in your lives, and even more important, great opportunities for you to improve yourselves, your families, and your communities in the years ahead. Henry Wadsworth Longfellow recognized, "The life of a man consists not in seeing visions and dreaming dreams, but in active charity and willing service." Congratulations, graduates. Go forth and do great things.